stream. Let's go check it. So far, both are still saying offline. Wait. Aha! Twitch is live. And YouTube's live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Setting up some stuff still. So, sorry about last Wednesday. We did record it at least. It's a little short, but I had to reinstall OBS. None of the settings saved, and I couldn't log into Restream, even after changing the password, until way late. So I didn't get the stuff to actually start it up, but we got it now. I'm still having some issues with OBS. For some reason, whenever I tell it to record in 1920 by 1080 and format to that, it puts the screen like really tiny, and then there's black bars around all the edges. I don't know what's wrong. This is like the closest thing I can get to working decent until I figure something out. Please bear with me. But as much as I want you guys to be here and observe this or watch us play, have some fun, I would suggest, if you haven't seen the last episode, it is up on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. Otherwise, you're going to have no idea what's happening. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and start this one. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Relics of a Time Past. Last we left off, they had went to Onderon, talked to the businessman, traded in the relic for Sharon, and the rest of the reward, which was 80,000 credits. And obviously, mother-daughter had some time to catch up, and, well, they're still going to catch up for a long time. There were some introductions. Leo had actually made the new chassis for Sir. And then they landed on the station. Pith immediately rushed aboard, made some checks. Good doctor. And then the party did a split. Desric, Rose, and Leo are heading back to the Skylark, whereas Pith, Ileana, and Sharon are now heading to the medbay. And that's pretty much where we left off. As for recap... Oh, wow, it even changed down here. As for recap, I do believe Illy has it.
You betcha. 1 second.
I just noticed the rope tied around the bottom of Rose's staff. Sorry.
No worries. She's okay. Sharon is in my arms, safe, and despite my fears, she seems to have been well looked after. It doesn't excuse the exchange's tactics to get the rest of the artifact, but I am thankful for the businessman's efforts to look after her. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We boarded the Nighthawk, Captain Darkstar's ship. He was kind enough to take us all the way to the meeting point at Onderon's moon, a meeting that almost didn't happen. My mind was in 1,000 different places, none of them good. Nothing I did seemed to help my focus. I was worried about Sharon, Ken, Aaron, Desric, Rose, but the only person I might not need to worry about is Leo. I was so distracted with everything that I didn't update the captain when we arrived in the system. He was about to land at the wrong station when Desmond, pointed it out. I have no way of knowing for sure, but That last minute exchange might have even helped us. There's no way to know if the exchange would have double crossed us, but the lack of notice certainly reduced the opportunities to do so. We met with the exchange, and the businessman got his artifact, released Sharon to me unharmed. We got out as quickly as we could. I thought Aaron would come with us, but he's apparently got a better plan. He intends to help find my husband. Whatever Ken's gotten mixed up in on Mandalore, it's certain to lead to more trouble the longer he's out alone there. Aaron did well by Sharon and watched her back. Honestly, Ken could use his help. I want to help too, but for now, Aaron will at least be able to tell Ken that we're safe if, no, when he finds him. At any rate, we did manage a fair exchange. Even Desric managed to get the payment owed to him. With luck, I could go a ways towards fixing the Raven. We left the station just about as quickly as we'd arrived, and the trip back gave us all plenty of time to think. Sharon was a bundle of energy, excited for our reunion, certainly. She wanted nothing more than to talk to me about her many adventures on the station. They even managed to arrange for some schooling for my daughter. It took quite a while to calm her down, but it was Rose that actually stopped her. They're both gifted in different ways, with different training, but gifted nonetheless. I've not really had a chance to tell Sharon very much of what happened. A good part of me wants to avoid the whole thing, but she'll want to know. Hard as the truth is to hear, we can't expect to make the right choices if we don't have all of the information. Sharon knew that Rose was on the other side of the door. She went dead silent mid-sentence, stared through the bulkhead. It was more than a little unnerving, and I nearly jumped out of my skin when Desric knocked on the door. It took a few moments to calm her down, but I managed. Brief as it was, Sharon got to meet Desmond and Rose at last. Afterwards, she made it quite clear that her friend No had warned her to be careful of Rose. And while she needs to trust her instincts, I hope she's willing to keep an open mind. They could both benefit from that, to be honest. Desmond made a good, if disturbing, point that the exchange could have planted a tracking device of some sort either on or in Sharon or her belongings. I was able to sort out his worries for the most part, and apparently the businessman even provided a training weapon of sorts for her. It seems he took an interest in her sparring and practice. They even took bets from time to time. I don't like the notion, but she's home now, well beyond their reach, and she'll be staying that way. On the way back to Borgil Station, we even managed a little game for Sharon. It wasn't intended, but Leo happened to have a functional test rig for Sir. Sharon and I, even Desmond, managed to fly the rig around, made sure it worked properly. Sharon was concerned, of course. She didn't want to damage him. She did remarkably well for the first time. I'm always, always so proud of her. Proud, yet worried. She can certainly handle herself, that much is clear. But the reality is the exchange rescued her from the Kaidan raiders. And we've rescued her from the exchange. And flown her out to a remote station that's surrounded by pirates, or mercenaries, according to Captain Darkstar, that seem intent on taking over a station full of orphans. We're about to put ourselves up on the line to take them down, and if we do so, I'll not have her on that line with us. At the same time, I couldn't leave her back there. But I admit, I worry for her out here on the edge. We shall simply have to ensure we do not fail. End and encrypt log.
Desert is a little excited over there.
Yes. So happy.
Hey,
One
it's
dark.
confirmed now.
Yep,
No,
you confirm. It's great. It feels good.
No, it's very good, Lance. I especially like the little Desmond. Oh, oops, I forgot again.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, we all know where we are. Desric Rose Leo. You're heading towards the Skylark. Illy, Sharon, and Doc are, heading to the med bay. Check a few things out. If anybody's got anything to say along the way, or would rather just, head to your locations and then start up, we can. We just need to get the Destiny pool started up, and I need to roll obligation.
There we go. I rolled one dark and almost didn't set it up correctly.
Perfect split.
I thought it looked a little short. 3-3. Force feels even today. So, who would like to take it first? And would you rather, be at your destination or on the way?
So, quick point of clarification. When Illy, Sharon, and Pith headed off to the med bay, were they heading for the med bay on the Skylark, or were they heading to the med bay on the station? Okay. So we've got folks heading to somewhere on the station where I don't remember where the med bay is, and then we've got the other half of the party heading towards the Skylark.
Other 3/4, technically.
Wait, hold on. Who split? I thought Leo, Rose, and I were headed towards.
Yes, but I'm talking player characters.
Ah, gotcha.
So I'm just gonna skip everyone ahead to their destinations. As for the group going to the Skylark, you're going that way. The area you landed on, it's not so busy, but you on your way to the emergency dock, whichever number I gave, it starts picking up. More trade merchants, ships coming in. There is a lot of docking space here. But you got maintenance docks, you got commercial docks, or not residential docks, but all kinds of docks. You eventually make your way to the Skylark. It's calmed down. The mechanics are still doing their job, working on it. They give you a wave as you get there, and I'm assuming, just board the ship. Now for Ileana, Pith is moving relatively quickly, and the two guys he brought with him, they weren't on the ship when they came on the ship with him. He told them to, he didn't need them. Everything looked fine, so they kind of waited at the door leading to the med bay. And now that you guys are down there with them, they're clearing a path. Some people, are stopped looking around, wondering something big going on, or Others are just like, I've got stuff to do kind of look on their face and tapping of their feet and whatnot. But you eventually get to the med bay. Uh, Unlike the med bays that you've seen Pith use, this one is large. This one's like a full medical center. Um, Waiting room, you go past that. You got different rooms for doctor-patient confidentiality, uh, operation table areas through this door here. You got back to chambers through another door. But he eventually pulls you into more of a secluded side. And at this point, it's just Pith, Illy, and Sharon going in. So, which group wants to take first?
We're starting off there, so may as well get the ball rolling with Illy, Sharon, and
Yeah.
Alright, so, as the doc opens the door. Okay, so, this is a private room. We should be fine here. It's well away from everything else. He leans closer to you. It's also got all kinds of medical equipment to detect anything. And he says,
perfect.
and he opens his hands and kind of suggests y'all come in. Please come in.
Thank you. And yeah, I think at the end of the last stream she did do introductions. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Very good. All right. Yeah. Well, they'll head into the room, and Illy will take a seat with Sharon, and just she's basically there, regular doctor's visit, so doing what she can to make sure Sharon is okay.
Yeah. The doc mentions for her to sit on, the examination table. And she's complying. I take it you just, take a seat in one of the chairs on the side?
Yeah.
Well, the doc is actually bringing all kinds of equipment, and he's going over pretty much every inch of her. They're chatting back and forth, just kind of random stuff. He's asking about, some of the things she was doing on the station. The dresses, keeping her distracted as, he's doing all this. But he eventually gets it done. And he starts poking into the results on the computer. Sharon is now sitting on the bed, patiently waiting. He turns and says, full bill of health, perfect shape. No surprises either.
It's wonderful news. Thank you, Doctor. I have to say, this is a very impressive facility.
Yes. 1 second. Yes, Borgil, once he started taking aboard the orphans, he really wanted to get a better med facility. One he had was limited, more for anybody who's coming through that kind of needed it. But now with an actual crew, especially a more precious cargo crew, he wanted better facilities. There's another one of these on the other side.
You look after both of them.
Yes, I'm kind of the head for now. Teaching quite a few things I've learned on for everyone. One day, one the next day, unless, an emergency happens and I'm needed.
Well, they're certainly good hands.
Well, as I said, clean bill of health, no surprises. She's in remarkable shape. So, I say she's good to go. She seems like she's got a ton of energy just waiting to release.
That she does.
She just kind of smiles as she kicks her legs.
Be lucky if I can keep up with her.
Yeah, she'd give a lot of people a running for their money. He walks towards the door and just opens it and steps out. I'm pretty sure Desric and the others will be worried and wondering. Best not to keep them waiting. I've still got a lot of stuff to do as well.
Of course. Thank you again. So yeah, she'll lead along, and Illy and Sharon are gonna make their way back toward the Skylark slash Raven.
Not very eventful, but Sharon is kind of looking around and noting, there's kids doing some work around here, and she asked you about it, and I'm just going to assume you talked to it about it. And to answer Desric, yes, I rolled it when I said I rolled it. Nothing came up.
Okay, I'm just making sure I can clear my strain.
Oh, yeah, but that was more towards tough, that last part.
Well, you called me out, so I responded.
Yeah, because you asked, but then the last part was a poke at tough. Either way, you guys arrive at the Skylark. Like I said, stuff still going on. If you go inside, it's a mess, but not your stuff or anything like that thrown around. This is more bulkheads, wires, stripping out all the bad wires and putting in the good ones, conduits, just enter everything. They're doing it like a section at a time, but with all the stuff they're pulling out, it's taking up a lot of room.
Gotcha.
So, as Desert kind of looks around the ship, well, as much as I hate to admit it, maybe we should seek temporary quarters. Well, the Raven is under repairs. That
Leo
wasn't
looks
to anyone
over.
in particular.
Leo looks over and goes, "Yes, I do need a place to program SAR."
Yeah,
Probably a good idea.
well, let's carefully make our way, I don't know, I'd say back to your quarters and to retrieve anything you want, but I don't really think we can call any of this quarters at the moment. So,
I
Rose,
carry everything with me,
uh,
so I'm fine.
okay. I'm going to make a quick run up to the bridge to gather a few things. Leo, is there anything aboard you need?
I imagine I would be able to come back and grab what I need if I ever need it. I've got everything that I need on me that I can program SAR if I just have some space to do so in.
Right. Okay. I'll be right back then. And Desric disappears off to the uh, cockpit to grab the encrypted data pad. And return shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it was just take a little detour, and you made it there. And it's just sitting right where you left it.
Okay. And Desric will retrieve it, toss it in his bag, and head back to Leo and Rose. So, well, I don't know if Borgil has a place, or maybe there's a small hotel, hostel. I don't know, something place to stay.
Perhaps so.
Okay. I don't know what this would be. Do I need to make a check to find such a place on the station, or do we
You
want to
have the
like
maps.
You
Tom
have
and
a
RP
map.
somebody? Okay.
Leo provided you with a map of the station.
Okay. So Desert's going to reference the map. What do I see?
Well, there is a residential suite. There's I guess you could call them like hotel, motel things. I mean, what are you looking for? Just like temporary lodgings for decent price, or what? Good size, small size.
Yeah, we're not going for high rollers, but there needs to be I think a bit of privacy and something that's, now that we have a kid with us, probably something with a little more space.
All right. You find a rental area. They're for not like a hotel for short stays. These are for more longer stays to do business, but never a permanent thing. So you head in that direction, and when you get there, there are multiple rooms. There's nothing that's like big enough one room to fit all of you, but splitting off, there's plenty of room. And you get into the area where they're at, and uh, it's like a long hallway full of doors. Each door is a room.
Okay. Is there like an office or some place to speak to reserve one of these spaces? And do I have
I'm
any
trying.
inclination as to?
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it all in my head. You're at the hallway with the long ways. Yeah, I think you would probably be standing right at the door that enters there, and the office door. It's like you're in a little room, then you're leading off into like a hallway, which happens to be all the stuff. Um, and in that room, there's a door across the way, and it does lead into the office area and whatnot. It's even got a not just a door. It's transfer steel. That's what I was looking for. Transfer steel window, and you can see some employees, office, all kinds of office stuff, and you even see the name of the places, which just happens to be a name. I'm bad with names. Come on, I still haven't had my coffee.
No worries, no worries. Okay. So I think we would have, for the sake of RP and not completely losing everybody too early in the session, I think we would have looked up the name of a place based on the map and any descriptions that we could find in the area that seems about right. And before actually heading out, Desert will probably calm Illy and Pith. So Illy will get a ring on her comm.
Yes, Illy, go ahead.
Hey, Illy, it's Dez. The ship's a bit of a mess. It's all torn apart while they're doing repairs. So we're looking for temporary quarters. There's a place on station called Rim's Haven. We're gonna go with that. Rim's Haven looks like it should be large enough and to house everybody and give us a little bit of privacy while they may make some repairs on the ship. We're headed there now. You want to meet us there?
All right. I've got most of the businesses and whatnot here on the data pad. I should be able to find it.
Leo should have sent you a map. It'll be on that.
All right. I'll meet you there.
All right, see you then. Is Pith with you?
Not at the moment. He's still at the clinic. Well,
Right. Okay.
basically, I
Well,
suppose I should say hospital.
Oh. I take it an upgrade from his usual digs.
A fair bit, yes.
Well, let's hope we don't need that sort of intensive medical care, but glad he's got something to work with.
Me too. As far as I know, his comm frequency is still the same, so you should be able to reach him, or I can relay it, whichever you.
No, I don't want to interrupt his work. I was just hoping we crew together to discuss what happens next. But we'll catch back up at the Haven. See you there.
All right. See you there.
Desric will just kind of nod towards Leo, and I don't know if Rose can sense this, but Desric will offer his arm up to continue kind of guiding her around the station.
She goes with. She doesn't say anything, but she goes with.
All right then. Do we have anything to do on the way? Anybody want to stop by the shops? I know we haven't actually divided up the loot yet. Or do we want to just cut straight to the quarters?
I say just cut to quarters.
Yeah, because then
Yeah,
then we would have
stopping
credits.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, stopping everybody in the hallway to divvy up the credits would be a poor decision.
I agree. I'm trying to get the whole crew together so we can kind of plan our next move. I just wasn't sure how to go about doing it, or if anybody had any other agendas. All right,
Yeah.
Deke. Let's cut to we're at the hotel, whatever, and we're gonna try and get enough space for. Wait, how many's in the party now? 6, 5, and a kid.
Lots.
Just 4 and a kid, actually.
Oh, Pith already has lodging somewhere.
You would assume.
Okay. So Desert's gonna go to the office and book a room, assuming they've got something of the appropriate size. If we need multiple rooms, get adjoining rooms, and then
You will
make
need
our way
multiple
back.
rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're basically rooms with just 2 beds.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a suite type thing with multiple rooms, like an apartment type thing we're renting out, or if it was like just
It's kind
adjoining
of like
hotel rooms.
it's kind of like an apartment, but more built around temporary housing and whatnot. It's already furnished, like a hotel usually is. There are 2 separate rooms, personal rooms, bedrooms, things like that. Each have their own bathroom and or refresher and all that. Then they have a main room, a dining room, and a kitchen. Nothing exquisite, but roomy.
Okay. Do we want to RP the reserving the rooms, or just say what we want and get them?
Just say what I want and go for it.
Okay, so basically, Desert wants to book the last couple rooms at the end of a hall, preferably if there's like a fire escape at the end of that hall. And I don't know if we're going to need like 4 rooms or just 2 adjoining rooms.
Why would you need
But-
4?
Well, I don't know if each party member needs one. I didn't think so.
Well, one apartment has 2 rooms in it, so
Oh, okay. So we just want like 2 apartments then?
I only need a
Yeah.
closet.
I was gonna say Leo doesn't need much.
Okay. Well, what are we going for here, gang?
I would assume
Just 2.
Yeah, 2 would make more sense.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was what they're going to reserve, and Desert's going to try and get 2 adjoining, and if possible, like at the end of a hall somewhere. Not a lot of passing traffic.
Well, at the end of a hall is another door leading back into the station, so there's no end technically anywhere.
Never mind
middle,
then.
the closest to the middle.
So they get you 2 rooms as close together.
That's not disturbing, Leo.
That's perfect.
Bender in the closet.
Technically, that's a full room for Bender,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
or a full house. I
But yeah,
should
just
say.
like 2 rooms, as long as everyone gets a place to sleep, comfortable.
But yeah, so they get your 2 rooms close together. And when I say close together, they are literally opposite ends of the hall. So you open the door, walk straight forward, and you're at the other person's room. And uh, when they talk about price and you state your name, she immediately says Borgil has reserved for at least 1 month. You have a 1 month free stay.
Wow, legend.
Pass on our thanks to Borgel, and they'll head. Okay. Cut to we're in the room, and hopefully Illy's getting close.
Yeah, not too long after you get in the room, you tell them that you're expecting 1 more person. You give the description. About 5 minutes later, after you guys walk into the room, Ellie's going in the hallway and is making her way to the room. Not too long after that, she is staring at 2 rooms, and I'm assuming, began knocking on either one because you're not sure which one they're all in.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Eventually, you guys get a knock at the door.
All right, Desert will get up, check to see who it is, and welcome them in.
All right. Yeah, Ellie and Sharon will walk on in and close the door behind them. It's just not a bad setup, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently on the house, Borgil's covered our tab for at least a month.
They can probably see Leo sat in the corner at a table with Sarah on the table and like a bunch of wires going between Leo, a data pad, and then Sarah.
Right, so we probably ought to discuss what to do next. Let everybody get settled in and figure out what our next course of action is. Raven's Sky Desert fumbles over what to call the ship. Raven's out of commission for a while longer. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot. Before we have that discussion, Leo, would you give me a hand and sweep the room? Let's make sure these private conversations actually stay private.
Right. And then he looks a bit at the wires, and he probably sticks the data pad on his belt, and then grabs and then attaches him onto his backplate, and then starts assisting Desiree out of
So,
the room.
I think the way we've done this in the past is I'll make a skullduggery check to look for any hidden items around the room or anything covert. And then I think, Leo, you'll make a computers check to search for any unwanted tech.
I can do that.
Does that sound right, Zeke?
Well, if he's doing a computers check, he would technically be plugged into a computer.
Okay, well, how would you do searching for signals as a robot? A droid, I guess.
Yeah, does he have the equipment to, detect those signals?
Yeah, he's got a comm device and
Well, these wouldn't be on normal comms. That's the thing.
One sec.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how they would work, but I was assuming if you're looking for like signals like that, they would be more specialized.
The LE series droid does have specialized sensors built in. Whether you want me to roll a perception check for it, that's fine.
State that again. I was DMing.
The LE series repair droid does have specialized sensors installed. Whether or not you want me to roll a perception check or not, that is.
We can call that one computers.
Or we can do computers. Yeah, sure. Okay. At this point, Leo is going to grab his datapad out, and before he does this check to find any bugs, he is going to do something else. And what I'm going to do is reroute processes. Once per encounter, Leo may make an average computer's action, and what he's able to do with that is, if he's successful, that is take one characteristic from one of his characteristics, reduce that by 1 for the remainder of the encounter, and boost another of his characteristics up by 1. I am going to do that for my intelligence. I'm going to make myself smart.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting.
Apply more voltage to the processors. I
That's
guess it's
exactly what I'm
amperage,
doing.
actually.
I'm going on high power mode for my brain.
Sets all processors to full overclock.
I just need to pass it.
Oh, holy
Intensify
cow.
the forward processors.
Yep, I say he succeeded in that venture.
Well, it depends on depends on what Zeke rolls with the two pub.
1,
Well,
Then I do it.
you freaking kidding me?
With my extra 2 advantage, I'm going to reduce my string a little bit. And then I am going to reduce one of my characteristics from presence and put it in intelligence. And out comes another dice. And then I'm going to do the check.
Lance, the blankie didn't help. My rolls are still exactly matching Zeke.
Well,
Uh,
I'm not sure what else to do except maybe nuke your die bags and replace. You know what? For schnitz and giggles, try rolling some dice over in the blue space.
free 2.
Okay, what was with the 2 dice rolls?
Okay, so my first dice roll, the average one, that was to basically take one of my characteristics, lower it by 1, and then put it into another. So if you look at my
I
sheet,
didn't realize you had to do a roll for that.
yeah. So yeah, I do an average roll for that, and then then I just basically take 1 from 1 and put in another, and then I rolled this as a result of my actual attempt to try and find the items if there are.
The 2-1 is what I got.
2-1, okay. I pass with 1 advantage.
Okay.
And 1 success.
While you are detecting radio signals, none of them are, I guess you could say spy signals. They're all usual comms and whatnot. And none of them seem to be coming from your room.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Leo looks over at Desric and goes, "It doesn't appear that we have any bugs right now."
Thanks, Leo. Better safe than sorry. Okay then. Down to business. And Desric will look over to Rose. Rose, could I have that case back, please?
She passes over the case.
And so Desric will go to, I guess, wherever the most central table is, probably the dining room table, and we'll open up the credit case. I think first order of business is payday. Now, as I see it, there's kind of two ways we can handle this. An even 5 share split. There's 80K here in hard currency. That's 16,000 apiece. Or, and hear me out on this, the Skylark is in crap. The Raven is in deep need of repairs. The repairs have been offered to be covered by our generous host should we take care of the pirates. However, if we fail to take care of the pirates, the cost of fixing the ship is 50,000 credits. So, I'm proposing in the short term that each of us contribute 10K from our share and put that aside to repair the ship and take 6K each for now. And then if we fail to deal with the pirates, we still have enough to pay our way off this station. And then if we end up not needing the credits, everyone can then take the remaining portion of their share. Any objections?
Sounds reasonable to me.
This works.
Leo?
looks at you for a moment and he goes, I have a counter offer.
Okay, I'm listening.
I will forego payment entirely if you get some goods for me from the market using the credits that I had been given by the by the rebels.
Your offer is very generous, Leo, but I made a promise to you to start treating you as an equal part of the crew. That means giving you an equal share. If you need anything from the market, I'm happy to go get it from your share.
Consider it an investment in the ship that is going to transport me across the galaxy.
If that's how you want to see it.
As of right now, yes.
So what are you looking for?
He chuckles a little bit and he goes, I have a rather large shopping list.
Oh boy. All
But
right, let's see it.
I do acknowledge that there are certain things that are high requirement.
Well, give me the list and tell me the top priorities. I assume these are the sorts of things a droid can't buy on their own.
That and, well, admittedly, my people skills are lacking. And as such, I do not get very good deals when it comes.
Desert chuckles a little bit. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I have a certain way with traders. Fair enough. Give me the list and I'll see what I can do.
Okay, it probably doesn't take him very long because he's had this list written up for a good while. At the very top of the high priority list, you see the escape circuit that he's been looking for months.
Okay. So can you just like DM me or
Sure.
PM me that list? And in the meantime, Desric's going to distribute 6,000 credits to Illy, 6,000 to Rose. He will take 12 for himself, 6 for himself, 6 for Leo to go shopping, and then he will put another 6 aside for Doc next time they catch up with Doc. And then the rest of the money will stay in the case, and he'll hand the case back to Rose for safekeeping.
Alrighty.
So on your sheets, go ahead and everybody give yourself 6K minus Leo.
Done and done.
Yeah, so what essentially Leo's going to do is forego all of the credits that he would have gotten from this job, and as he's sort of sitting there, basically putting Sir back where he was previously, and making sure all the wires are attached properly, he is pulling out the credits that he had been given from the rebels from a hidden compartment in his chassis, and he is going to be handing over 5,000 credits to Desert.
Okay. Sure. Cat, get off the tablet. I can't write. Kitty wants to play too.
Well, I'm pretty sure you guys can all use like a Tagorian in the group.
A what now?
A Tagorian.
Oh, yes! The big cat people. It's like a Wookiee, but cat instead of
Oh,
dog.
okay. When I think Star Wars and cat people, I think Cathar.
They're one of them.
Yeah, but these make the Cathar look tiny. They're
Yeah.
huge.
Oh, okay. Now that I've clicked, okay. Now I know who you're talking about. She was in the Thrawn novel. Okay.
And you
Was
also
she?
posted a picture of her in like Star Trek uniforms too.
No. That's not that species.
Yeah, that's
There's-
entirely different.
That's Kaifam. That's actually a species of Star Trek.
Well, you called it Imress, which
That's her name.
okay, so that may be where he got it from then. I was thinking Hyper RPG. They got a character there who's a Tagorian whose name is Herg, and his wife, a Tagorian, is named Imress. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, Mirez. She's an actual canon character in Star Trek.
Also, there's a comic book version of her that has green hair and blue skin, so just a little eerie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a bit of parallel universe. Anyway, we have digressed. So Desric has received another 5K to Leo for a shopping trip.
Yeah, specifically for the items that were on the list, but specifically some of the stuff that's like high priority.
Okay.
Which Desert can probably see as the escape circuits and the blaster.
Okay. I think I'm looking at it now. Cool. Thank you, sir.
So basically, pretty much, some of the items you have a feeling it's going to take a while to find. They're not common. The others, no problem. But your comm goes off.
All right. Desric will look down at the comm. Any caller ID?
Pith.
Ah, good. And Desric will pick up the comm. Hey, Pith.
Desmond, can you come to Borgil's shop?
Yeah, sure. I was at.
Nick Core has arrived.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll be right there. Does anyone else need to join me, or is this a private meeting?
Oh, bring everyone if you can.
Cool. Will you be around? I have your payment. We completed the job.
I'll be here.
Very good. We'll be there shortly. And Desric will hang up the comm. Well, in the vein of good news, our favorite bounty hunter is back. I mean, second favorite bounty hunter. Sorry, Rose.
She gonna stab a bitch, man.
Leo looks between you guys and he goes, remember, to convince him, although I don't believe we're going to need to that much, we need to appeal to his sense of Mandalorian honor.
Agreed.
Illy, I don't know if you want to set up here with Sharon or if she wants to tag along, but we're off to go meet the bounty hunter. And Desric then goes and picks up the extra 6K of credits.
Leo looks over at Desric and goes, when you were her age, would you have passed up an opportunity to meet an actual real-life Mandalorian?
Yes.
At her age, I'd have been locked at home.
Precisely my point.
How old's Sharon, quickly?
She looks to be about 8.
Alright.
So Ilya will look over at Sharon.
I need to do a thing quickly.
Oh yeah, Desric would have totally tried to break out of the house to go meet one, but he would totally not have been allowed to.
That wasn't the question.
Sweetheart, how would you like to meet another one of the folks who helped get you out of there?
I'd love that.
There we go.
Right then, off we go then, and Desric will pick up the credits. Oh, I forgot something, and I don't remember what it was. Oh well, it'll come back to me if it's important.
He'll never remember.
Oh,
I was going to say, keep telling yourself that.
No, wait, I remember. So this is a little bit of a diversion. I was going to ask what the plan is next, but I think we just got the plan being next, which is to go meet Doge.
All right.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay, Tough, you did say there was something you needed to do, didn't have enough time. What was that?
No, that's fine.
All right, so
Yeah, just going with.
all right, so you come out of the room, you take the fastest hallway, you get into, a transport system. You're there 10 minutes. As you begin walking up to Borgil's shop, you see Borgil, just kind of talking with Pith. Pith is over someone clad in armor who's on the ground. Not sprawled out, not laid down, just kind of just took a seat down there and seems to be having some issues.
Oh, it seems Dr. Piff has been experimenting again.
I hope you're wrong, Leo, but I'm scared you're right.
Well, here's the situation. What you gonna do?
Dr. Piff?
Huh? Oh, hi, Leo. Desmond. Over here.
Have you been active in the assassin industry lately?
No. Why would I? I'm a doctor.
Leo points at the man on the floor.
I didn't do this.
Why is he there then?
He leans up, turns over. It's Doge. You try surviving a death grip from a hut.
I am quite sure I will take a pass on that.
Borgel's like, death grip? That wasn't a death grip.
did
That was
you-
a hug.
Oh, this was
Death
Borgil.
grip. Okay, you have deserved the death grip. I've been trying to contact you.
My apologies. Doge, I believe this is my fault.
He looks over. I thought you didn't hate me that much.
I had Borgil and Dr. Piff invite you here for a celebration of Mandalorian culture.
He looks back at Borgil. Okay, we're not that violent. As he begins to stand up. Okay, yeah, we may need to fight, but death grips from a hut are not a Mandalorian pastime. Hug!
Do you need someone to straighten out your armor?
And he looks,
Desert can't help but chuckle, or somewhere between a chuckle and a snicker.
he stands up. No. I'll be fine. Good to see you again, Borgil. Let's not do that. Okay, so what is this about Mandalorian culture and pirates?
Ah, yes. So it would seem that a bunch of pirates have taken the Mandalorian name and are using it as an insult to your.
He kind of cut off. Insult to your people, I'm assuming is the last thing he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite common, actually. People fear the Mandalorian name for good reason.
Yes, but back on Taris, you seem to be a man of a certain amount of honor. And I figured you would be, shall we say, motivated to assist us in removing this menace.
Roll your charm. Or are you thinking you're negotiating?
I'm not sure it matters with Leo.
I was just gonna say.
Either one's probably
Actually,
just
it
shit.
does. Actually, it does. I will go. I'll go negotiation.
He has more negotiation.
Yes, you say.
Can I assist Leo in this role?
Maybe.
How do the assisted roles work again?
There's two options.
It's whoever.
Well, you have skilled and unskilled.
Well, clearly I am skilled in this department, so perhaps I could. I don't know what I can do here to be of assistance to Leo, but I have 3 ranks in negotiation.
Basically, I believe you would upgrade one of his roles to a yellow. But
per his
ahead.
his skills. So my characteristic and his skills in them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what's your characteristic?
It's free.
Okay, so I would make all 3 of your green die yellow die.
that is if you can make a convincing argument. If you don't, that may not work out so well.
Okay, so
yeah,
Des,
on paper, Desric might have these skills, but when you roll the dice,
Well, it's
Fair
also
enough.
how he words it personally. Is if it comes off that it might be a
Yeah.
little rude, there's going to be an increased difficulty.
I think, Doge, what Leo is trying to get at is we were very grateful for your assistance on Terrace. We find ourselves, uh, well, in a bit of a sticky situation, and it would seem that these Mandalorian raiders present quite a bit of a challenge we think you might find interesting. They've got a Gazanti and an interdiction net. I think they would be a worthy foe for you and would provide a bit of gratification in taking down false Mandalorians, if you will. It promises to be a good bit of fun. As I recall, you do so enjoy the thrill of the hunt.
Okay. Roll.
Free two again. I think that's the third time I've rolled that today.
Alright, success with one disadvantage, with one threat left over. As he stands up, very confusing sounds come from his mask. Laughing, coughing, wheezing, it's kind of weird. But once he catches himself, so you want to hit my Mandalorian pride. Yeah, doesn't quite exist. I'm a different cut, different breed of Mandalorian, but yeah, a interdiction web, a Gazanti, and some fighters. Oh, it sounds like a bit of fun. Hmm. Well, we could beef up the Skylark. Put some shields on it. Send it out as a decoy.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment, a decoy may be all it's worth. We're currently in dry docks. We had a bumpy ride getting here. I was thinking we might need to do a little recon first. Uh, our friend's defenses here, and Desert Gold point motion to Borgil, are effective at keeping the pirates at arm's length, but we don't really know their intentions other than they want to take the station back. I think we ought to gather a little more information before we go at this full throttle.
We do, however, have a strategy in mind.
Well, let's hear it.
The honeypot. There is another freighter captain that we are aware of, a man named Draco Darkstar, who will be willing to assist us in this coming combat.
Draco Darkstar, flying the Nighthawk.
Yes, he mentioned that he was familiar with a Mandalorian. I assumed it was you.
Sorta. I tried to collect the bounty that's on his head once. He's a slippery one.
Well,
Is it
let
going
us
to be a
hope that he can get
problem?
us. Yeah, well, yes. Is it going to be a problem?
He paid it off. Guy's a slippery little bastard.
Then I suppose that's our answer. And he looks over at Illy.
Sure, why not? Good to see what he can do up close without having to chase him. He's one of the few who actually managed to get away from me.
But yes, the more or less the idea is for Borgil to advertise that we will be sending a very valuable shipment of materials off the station elsewhere on a ship that looks defenseless. that's where you come in.
Oh, my ship is anything but defenseless looking.
Exactly. So when they pounce on this this easy bait, you come in and you disable them, and then we board and take them out.
Oh, why do the boarding? We can just blow them apart in space.
Well, for one, a captured Gazanti's got to be worth a pretty penny.
Not to mention,
And Meadows always had something nice on board.
yes, and then there's also the fact that we need to get to the root of the problem. They might well just be a there might be someone else pulling the strings, and I would rather know who's pulling the strings if there is anyone pulling the strings.
So would I.
All
There's
right.
a lot of innocent people here who stand to get hurt if we do nothing.
All right, we capture the ship.
So I guess the real question is, do we hide out Trojan horse style on the Nighthawk and wait to be captured, then have Doge come swooping in? Or do we have him disable before we attempt to board?
I would suggest we disable before we board. Because whatever method that we are going to be using to get on board that Guzanti, we need the defenses taken out first.
Well, they have a Gazanti and fighters. We're gonna need more than just the what does Doge fly?
I've got to look it up again.
A ship.
It's been a good while, so I don't remember.
A 4R3 light assault transport.
Okay.
Mr. Doe certainly has the weapons. And Captain Darkstar, his ship has so far been very elusive. It would be suspicious if all of a sudden he were caught. I'd rather see him in a position to support. We take the Skylark out, we be the bait.
Raven.
Unfortunately, the
Raven.
Raven is out of action for however many days.
Well, we've been gone 3 days, so it would be only 2 days away from being flyable, but not fully repaired.
Are you willing to put the Raven at risk for this, given that we won't be able to jump out in time?
Desert looks very awkwardly shifting back and forth. Not really.
Precisely. That being-
Do
Also,
we know how?
I'm sorry?
Do you know how long the Gazanti's going to be out there for?
Borgil speaks up. The Gazanti's pretty much their primary method of traveling. It's always there, jumping from place to place. It's the carrier.
That being said, we could see about recruiting some other of the traders and merchants that move from the station. I'm sure some of them have some grudges to burn.
well, and if I'm completely honest, if we're going to be in space combat, I'd prefer to be in a fighter or something at least capable of fighting back. Right now, not only is the Raven toothless, not only is she damaged, but she's toothless. No working guns to speak of.
Sounds awfully familiar.
Sorry, Rose, I didn't mean anything by it.
That could
Ah.
actually work to our advantage.
That reminds me, we do possibly have another ship that we could use. Depending on, and then he looks over at Doge. What is the status of Miss Ileana's ship?
Pretty banged up. She's coming along, but she's not hyperspace worthy. Not to mention, she's a good few weeks out.
Never mind then.
If we could get the Raven up to making the trip, if she's not armed and effectively unable to run, they have no reason to cause further damage to her if we cannot escape.
Well, that all
If they're-
depends. Are they pirates or just here to spread terror?
Not to mention, are they likely to destroy the ship once they figure out its trap?
There is that.
Not to mention, who will be piloting the ship?
I would. I'm not going to let anybody else fly my ship.
Of course, but whilst you're piloting the Raven, that leaves us a man down in terms of boarding.
Not to mention, this is all still hypothetical. We could all use to do a bit of arming up before going to take on these pirates.
Of course. Not to mention, we could do some recruiting. See if there's any volunteers to help with the boarding of the ship. Perhaps
There
we
is a
could,
downside to hiring, and that is us paying them.
precisely why I said volunteer.
Anyone
like to
who's been a
find that.
victim, anyone on the station who's been a victim of these pirates or mercenaries or whatever they are, I can't imagine a single person not wanting some form of payback. The real trick would be convincing them that we're the ones who are going to help them get it.
Which is why most of them don't want to get into this. They don't believe anyone can. As you hear someone walking up behind you.
Is that Darkstar?
Yep.
Then they haven't met the right person to lead them.
I don't disagree, Leo, but he may have a point. We may have to at least initially do this on our own.
The pirates have been attacking everyone around here. They're hitting morale just as much as they are hitting, valuable cargo and transports.
Then that is where I come in.
How do you figure?
Over the time that I have been reactivated, I have been working on my, shall we say, leadership skills. Put me in the right position and I can lead you into victory.
I don't
anyone-
doubt you're a strong tactician, Leo, but I think what we need here is charisma and charm. And no offense, but the droid chassis don't seem to inspire that in most biologics.
I understand, but I am possibly their best chance of getting rid of these Mandalorians.
Ultimately, if we're going to have anyone step forward as a volunteer, they need to know that there's a chance of victory. Which means one way or another, we have to show that to them.
Two
So-
combat ships aren't even going to show that, Doge says.
So we need a demonstration, something smaller, not the Gazanti, but something that shows these pirates aren't invincible. We
I
need
have the
to scout.
perfect demonstration.
Okay,
I have a recording of my efforts against the slaver back on Terrace.
but those are slavers on a different planet, light years away. We need something to show them that these pirates can be defeated.
We have documented evidence of our skills in combat.
Rose taps her stick twice. People might rally behind someone that is not your average Joe.
Was that you volunteering, Rose?
Let's just say if you want people to volunteer, they're not going to follow nobodies that are just normal. Consider me something, consider me something that might persuade their hand.
If you are inferring as to what I believe you are inferring, that is a really bad idea, Rose.
Seconded, we don't need to be calling the shade down on us. We want to deal with the pirates, not the Empire.
All right, here's my solution. It takes some time. We set up the Raven for combat. Better armor, better shielding, weapons to match their fighters, not the cruiser. And we convince them to come after us. We're a freighter, like anyone else out here, and if they are going to attack a supposedly less well-armed adversary, and we kick them squarely in the teeth, that's as bright a signal as you can get for everyone here who flies a civilized ship.
It's a good idea, but I've seen that Raven of yours. She's in no condition to do anything right now.
Like I said, it's going to take time. But in the absence of volunteers who are ready to go right now, what choice do we really have?
I like your proposal, Illy. If I could add to it a bit, I think while we wait for repairs to be completed on the Raven, we arm up and we do a little scouting and inquiring of our own. Borgil, you said they've been trying to take the station for a while. Have you ever found spies aboard?
No. Nothing as a Mandalorian, but they could pay anyone to come in here and, tell them about their stuff.
So that's what I'm suggesting we do. A little counterintelligence. They're
We
certainly going to have someone with eyes on this system. Let's fight back, win small victories, and build up to the main event.
You hear a slight chuckle from Leo. We already have someone who is working on that, don't we, Borgil?
Uh, I'm not exactly happy for that one, but yes, we do.
She has information that we could potentially find what what Desmond is looking for.
And let's be honest, we're not combat mercenaries like our friend Doge here. Subterfuge is what we're better at. Let's stick to what we know, win a small victories, and gain these people's trust. Then maybe we can get the volunteers we need and have 3 armed ships instead of just 2.
All right. Now, who are we talking about?
Ah, I believe I can get a hold of her. One moment, please. And he steps away. And at this point, Leo is going to contact Stans.
It takes a second, but the comm turns on. This is Stan's. Go ahead.
This is Leo. I need to have a word with your sister.
Hold on. You hear You hear a lot of background noises, but suddenly, almost like a torch or a welder just went off. Walking through, you hear other noises back, and then in a quiet part, you hear, wait, what do you need my sister for?
She has some information that I require.
Oh, huh. I thought she might have done something else. Yeah, I'll call her. Where are you at?
I believe we're at Borgils, right?
Near Bulgarials.
Yeah, we're at Borgils.
All right, I'll tell her to meet you there.
Very well. Thank you for your assistance. And he closes the comms. And Leah goes, she will be arriving shortly. Oh, I completely forgot to tell you about this.
Tell us about what, Leo?
Whilst Rose was off on her little mission, I was on a mission of my own. Turns out that the presumed spy aboard this station wasn't a spy, but instead a rather small vigilante.
Okay, you have my attention. I assume we're talking about a kid? Uh, no offense, Sharon.
Like, precisely.
Okay, so one of the, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say orphans, wants to protect Borgil and does what exactly?
Plants a bunch of uh, security monitoring devices across the station, masking them rather brilliantly with the power grid. As a result, she was, shall we say, monitoring for suspicious persons related to the Mandalorians.
Now that sounds like a solid lead if I ever heard one.
Exactly. I presume that she has a list of persons or people that the Mandalorians or suspected Mandalorians were meeting with.
Okay, we should have a chat with this young lady, assuming that's okay with you, Borgil.
It's gonna happen whether I like it or not.
Unfortunately, I imagine so. I don't believe even her brother can stop her from doing something when she sets her.
Yeah. No one can.
At least this gives her the opportunity to assist in the efforts safely. I might.
From a distance, Desric adds further. A very long, very safe distance.
She works best at a distance, so there's no problems there. I'd still rather put some security guards around her, though.
I imagine she would slip away before they knew where she was.
Heck, you can lock her in the security office to watch on camera feeds for all we care. We just
um, Leo gives a slight laugh and goes, "That would not stop her.
Oh, Desric looks curious.
She knows how to get in and out of the security office."
Ah, I think I'm gonna like this kid.
I'm assuming you guys just kind of stand around chatting about more strategy and whatnot, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut to.
Though no, during that, Leo would have looked at Doge and Darkstar. Yeah, Darkstar. I will require to assist in my calculations. I will require specifications on your ships.
Doge just kind of looks at you. Fine. And at this point, Dark Star looks at you and says, "Yeah, I'm not giving away everything. I'll give you some things, though."
All I need is weapons, armor, speed, and maneuverability. Everything else you can keep to yourself.
We'll work something out. Yeah, good luck with that one, Leo. Well, not long after that, I believe I said she was 7, right?
She was pretty young, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, a purple Twi'lek little girl just kind of just walks up. Leo!
Hello.
It's good to see you again. Stan said you needed me?
Indeed, this is related to the information that you acquired.
At this point, she looks over at Doge, and she gets closer to you. Is he friendly, or do we have to worry about him? Is he with those smirks, those pirates?
I will have to resist the temptation to lie, but he is friendly.
Wait, why would you have to lie about Doge? He's always helped us.
Leo's looking at Desric and he goes, I could have told her that he was a big, mean monster.
Hey, don't scare the kids. We're here to help them, remember?
I understand, but it is quite tempting sometimes.
You know, for a droid, you have a wicked sense of humor, Leo.
I shall take that as a compliment.
I'm just imagining him saying that in a robotic voice. Oh, that's great. All right, so Nisha pretty much just looks up at you and says, "Well, okay, I trust you."
And then he introduces the various people. He goes, Nia, these are my friends and acquaintances.
Hi, I'm Nisha.
It's a
I
pleasure to
hear
meet you.
we have you to thank for digging up some information on these pirate scum.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. All I did was, and she just goes into technobabble.
Leo sort of leans a little bit downwards and he goes, I'm quite sure that the only person in this room other than us that will understand any of that will be Dr. Perth.
Which one's Pith? Oh yeah, wait,
This
You
is-
you would have pointed. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, the doctor would know that? She kind of eyeballs Pith. Yeah,
It's a
I've
very long
worked on
story.
computers back before I was a real doctor.
Okay, it's a short story.
I'd complain to give the rest of us some credit, but if I'm honest, I understood less than half that.
I understood a little more than half, but yeah, she's a smart little.
She is a credit to the maker.
Desric opens his mouth to say something to Leo about that's not how humans work, and then decides he doesn't want to have to explain human reproduction to a droid.
With a couple of children around.
Yeah, so
fair points.
you just see Desric start to say something and then just shut his mouth. Okay then. Moving to the topic at hand, what did we learn? What did you learn about these four suspicious characters? And I'm forgetting the girl's name already.
Nia.
Nisha.
Nisha.
Wait, wasn't it Nia? I think it was.
I have Nia,
Okay, yeah, it was Nia.
but Nisha could be long form for Nia, or Nia could be short for Nia. So both. Why not?
And Nia.
I thought it was Naya, but yeah. Either way.
I'm bad with names, okay?
That's fine.
Oh, good.
Anyways. She looks and says, well, they haven't been back to the station in a long time. Actually, they've not been to the station since then. I've got the actual recordings of when they came aboard.
Well, that would be a very helpful start.
Okay.
We need to know if they had got into contact with anyone on the station that wasn't them, or anyone that we're not familiar with right now.
That's a pretty broad spectrum. That would be relatively hard to do. If they've never come aboard, then they would have to communicate via comms, or maybe hire someone to come in. I can
True,
Well-
check the
but-
comms.
But they were on the station at one point, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Leo. Perhaps it would be sufficient if she could turn the files over to you and Pith and you could scrub them. I mean, we've got some time to kill. Why don't we spend some time combing through what she has and see what we can find? I mean, it's a little much to put the kid on the spot.
I have a certain amount of work to do for ourselves in terms of future missions. Dr. Piff has an awful lot of work to do, I assume, with his medical work. However,
I can
I
help
do
out.
have, not necessary, Mr. Leon. I have connections in station security who can do the work for us. It is directly related to their continued security of the state. Why not get them involved?
You see Nia roll her eyes at the moment he said station security.
Leo looks over at her and goes, yes, I know, some of them leave a lot to be desired. However, there was those two nice ladies whose names I don't have on me right now.
Damn, I don't have them either.
Let me grab my folder and I'll look in it.
You can do that a little later.
Yeah. Those two ladies will be more than willing to assist us, and they seem to be decently skilled. I'm sure you could point them in the right direction.
Okay.
He looks over at Desric and he goes, "Well, will that suffice?"
Uh, sure, I guess. Billy and I can kind of take turns helping. Although you gave me that shopping list, I can work on that as well.
Absolutely. Um,
Okay, so what's the plan now? for this current scene?
Um, I almost feel like we've almost ended this scene. I'm trying to figure out. So we're gonna comb through the files and the video footage this girl's gonna give us, with some help from the security folks on station. Desric needs to run off and do some shopping at some point. It sounds like Leo has a mini task set up. I don't know what Rose, or Illy and Sharon are going to get up to, or what Doge, Pith, and Borgil have planned. They've been, I don't know, a little silent while we've been going through all this.
Well, Ellie does have an introduction to make, but aside from that, it's pretty much assisting where she can for shopping and coordinating information and stuff like that. But until the Raven is up and running, her job as an engineer is kind of on hold.
Okay.
I mean, you could potentially assist with repairs to try and get it to go faster, but I don't know how much that'll work. I mean, there's a lot to be done.
True. In that respect, every little bit could potentially help.
Okay, but beyond the introductions, this scene's virtually done, right?
Yeah.
Assuming that Borgil and Doge and Darkstar all are kind of on board with the plan we've set out.
Well, Darkstar has already thought about, using his ship as bait. But you guys want to use your ship, and more the merrier. Borgil stayed silent because it's you guys who are making the plan. Borgil's pretty much the information giver. And with Doge's helmet on, you can't really tell, but you assume that he's found something of interest for what you guys are doing. So,
All right, then. It sounds like we have a plan put together. Nia, if you wouldn't mind helping us go through that footage, I think that would be a big help since you know who we're looking for. And Leo, what was your plan while we're going through the footage? You said you had some work to be doing?
I've got to build our droids. If we're having you being alone on the ship piloting, you're going to need some assistance. It just
Okay.
so happens that I have numerous droids to work on, to build and program.
Desric's eyes get a little wider at numerous. Okay, Leo, just one favor.
What's the favor?
No flying droids with plasma torches.
What
Illy
about
kind of
ones with a
snickers.
vibroblade?
That's my job.
You don't fly.
I use a vibroblade. Don't put a vibroblade on that thing.
As
Well,
long as they can tell friend from foe. And I'm friend, Desric emphasizes.
of course.
but I thought you liked that scar you originally got.
I said chicks dig scars. I didn't say I liked it.
Oh, I
Oh,
just assumed it was one and the same then. Sorry.
that reminds me, Desric. If I'm gonna have the time to build one of the droids, I will require a blaster rifle.
Okay.
Pick it up. It's fine.
I guess I'll add that to the shopping list.
Yes.
Above board, are we going to take a break here soon?
Yes, once this scene's done.
Okay. Leo or Jonas, I have a question for you when we get to break.
Sure.
All right.
All right, then. I think this is where we part ways and get started, people.
All right.
Oh, I just realized. Do we have anything for Rose to do? Or is she going to be
No,
busy
but she has
meditating?
an idea.
Okay, if you have an idea, I will leave you to it.
Yeah, Ellie is still gonna hang around with Rose to make sure she can get where she's going, with the guiding and all that kind of stuff.
I do have one question.
Hmm.
Where is Sharon during all of this?
She would be by her mother, particularly
Okay.
on the opposite side of the side you're on.
Alrighty.
I have a question. Do I still have that that server that we pulled from the communications beacon on Terrace? Is that a thing that we still have?
If you didn't get rid of it, then
I haven't gotten rid of it, but I have an idea for that.
actually I think you gave it to Pith to analyze, but I don't remember if you gave it back.
Yeah, because we had that conversation when he finally basically uncoded it, and I got a bit of his backstory regarding the plague.
Huh.
So,
Either you would have it or he would have it, but it's still in your overall inventory.
yeah. So, Leo is going to look over at Piff, and then he goes, Dr. Piff, I have a favor of you.
Ah, yes.
The server that we had acquired on Terrace, since we no longer have need of any of the information on it, could it be
You broke off. Could it be wired?
wiped?
Wiped. Yeah, that wouldn't be hard to do.
Yes, well, it seems that a little girl is assisting us in taking over the pirates. And judging from the state of things, new technology doesn't come here that
I'm struggling to see where you're going with this, Leo.
I thought it would have been obvious. We give the server to Nia.
To do what exactly?
To use as she sees fit.
It's not exactly new, but it does work.
Precisely. It works.
Okay. I can wipe it and give it to her.
Leo looks over at Desiree and he goes, she unfortunately is an organic, and as such, she has limited amounts of memory that she can store at any one time. This will help her.
She looks up. I can remember a lot, thank you.
Not as much as what can be put on here.
Okay, you got me there.
I think, believe it or not, he actually means it as a compliment. He's just not very good with talking to people.
Neither am I.
Well, then you two should get along just fine. Leo, why do I get the feeling you just armed a hacker? A very, very skilled young hacker.
Be nice.
The
A
future
little bit of
generations
press.
need a helping hand.
I don't disagree. There's a reason Never mind. Desric starts to say something and thinks back. But basically, the gist of it is that's an awful lot of power to give a young, semi-unsupervised child.
Leo understands. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that.
Also, you get the feeling that she's been unsupervised with a lot of power for a long time, anyways.
That's not particularly reassuring.
Hey, she used that power to protect Borgil.
Yeah, and I'm guessing if she could have controlled the turret, she would have started killing the pirates outright.
No, you don't know that much about her.
If it was Leo, he would have. He's done
That's
just
my
that before.
concern. Leo might be being a bit of a role model for this child in a way that's, not particularly healthy.
Oh, so long as he doesn't give blowtorch lessons.
Hey,
I mean, I could program a droid to do that for me.
no. It's not cool, people. Android.
So either way, that's pretty much that. Is there anything else for this scene?
I
Just a
think we're
quick
good.
bit.
Nope.
Oh, go
Ellie's
ahead.
Ellie's gonna look over at Nia, just be. You're not used to talking to people.
She shakes her head. I start going into, just babble they don't understand.
Well, tell you what, how about when things calm down here, we can practice a bit.
Okay.
Right.
Hmm.
So yeah, that'll be about it for Ellie for the.
Didn't you have an introduction to make?
Yeah, although I got the feeling we were gonna.
Yeah, that can be done off camera, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm assuming meeting adjourned.
Break time.
Okay. So
Yep.
see everybody in about 10 minutes.
All right, see you in a bit.
So, Jonas,
Yes.
on this wish list,
Mhm.
outside of the escape circuit and the weapon, what's the priority here? Like, I see a few notes that have like low priority, but it's kind of difficult to
Yeah. Okay.
figure out what you're.
Okay. So, okay. So the blaster pistol. That's high priority. After like the stuff that is absolute high priority. That's probably the next thing. So you go skip circuit. This pistol. The attachments.
Okay.
This reflects the armor, not the shield, because the shield.
I was about to say the
Yeah.
shield's like really, really expensive.
Right now, that's a pipe dream. Yeah.
Oh, and that escape circuit is an illegal item.
Yes, it is.
Ah, now I know why you want Desric to go get it for you.
That and my perception is awful. And I can't actually. I wouldn't be able to find it.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, like all of the gear stuff is basically low priority besides the escape circuit. The secondary transponder is something that's the desert
Oh, for the
might
ship.
want to look into, but it has a high price.
about to say it is extremely rare and very hard, very expensive.
But it would be really useful.
Yeah. Although given our credit restriction, I think we'll focus on getting you your personal gear first, and Desert could probably do with a new set of weapons.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks. That's what I needed to know. I'm gonna AFK for a bit, and I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay, Lance is back. And nobody else is.
I'm here, just a little bit busy.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, Sergio blindsided me with the updated image. So yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Of course.
Yeah, he just popped it into the Discord. I was just like, yes.
I was going to say, not to criticize, but I'm guessing the bandages over whatever is over Rose's eyes are just like white bandages, but that looks pretty good, damn good anyway. So
Actually, it's a little difficult to see with TTS's lighting, but it's
yeah,
actually
it is a little.
slightly transparent.
Ah, alrighty.
Yeah. If you right click on the character piece, you should be able to get the actual image link, and if you throw that into browser, you get like the full image without any extra
Ah,
lighting from tabletop.
neat. I might do that a bit later.
Unfortunately, the custom thing that goes to the URL is only for host of the server and not the
Oh.
player. Yeah.
Okay, well, fine then. I'll just fix.
Yeah, tabletop simulator is funny like that.
Okay, tough. Link incoming.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just doing a bit of D&D stuff right now, and my rangers level up to level 3, and I don't know what other first level ranger spell to pick, and I'm very sad.
Huh. I can't really offer any advice because I haven't played D&D since like the original Neverwinter Nights, and I have no idea how they've changed it since then.
Okay, I'm back. Properly now.
Okay, good deal.
I was listening to you guys as I was moving around my flat, which is why I came back and said that.
Sorry, say that again.
I was listening to you guys whilst I was off moving about my flat. So that's why I came over and said that's the custom thing is only host wide, unfortunately.
Ah, gotcha.
Hmm.
I'm waiting for the day that Rose gets to own her version of "Are you kidding me? I'm blind."
In
One day.
the
It has
campaign
to be
where,
soon, though.
in the campaign where my character's lost an arm, I've been getting a lot of mileage out of the one arm jokes. because but basically because he's a Claudite, I am essentially, in my head, I'm basically saying that every time he takes someone else's form, he gets like a personality shift because he's trying to be them. And so his main sort of go-to body that he slips into every now, or well, most of the time, is a Weequay pirate that he took over at one point. So the Weequay pirate isn't someone that's gonna sit around moping about his, but is instead gonna make a mockery out of it. So yeah, every time he goes something like, "I'll help you lift things, but I've only got one hand."
Yeah, I can give you a hand. It's not going to be very helpful.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay, that took longer than I wanted.
no worries.
No worries. Welcome back.
Okay, what'd I miss?
Just casual chat.
Yeah, pretty much. What happens?
Yeah,
on
but it
breaks.
usually continues until I get back, and it was like quiet when I picked up the headset.
Oh,
Oh, we weren't discussing anything related to the game or the characters or the story. Nothing like that. Why would you think that?
Because you usually do.
well, not this time. Yes, please.
Overkill's back.
Welcome back.
Jonas, you should be proud of me.
Oh,
I have acquired proper hot tea.
fair enough.
Tea sounds good. But it'd go cold on me fast while I'm here.
Yeah, true. I think I might pick some up after the stream.
Okay. Well, after the stream, I've got to leave and do some stuff, so. Anyways. So about how long are you guys going to want to stay at this station and wait, dude? Because it's going to take a month to fully fix the Skylark. And if you tell them we want to add some stuff to it to beef her up, they can do it now, and it will only take maybe a day extra.
Yeah,
I think some shopping trips are in order, and yes, I think we should beef up the Skylark a bit now that we've got some more fun.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is if they fix it all up and then you're like, now we need to beef it up. They're like, oh, we need to undo all of the work that we just did over this last month. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but basically, I'm asking:
Now-
is it going to? Are we going to wait the full month to do this? You guys are going to be on the station for the month.
I think we plan to stay on station for a month, but I think we try and do some activities in between. So I think we try and track down these characters and anyone they've interacted with on the station, see if we can get some leads from like local folks on the shop. So I think there's at least a session or two with us just tracking folks down, interacting with various people on the station, trying to get more deals and goodies for the ship.
I'll probably do that in a speed run for rolls instead of RP, mostly so we can get to this point.
as someone
Um,
who actually needs the time to craft stuff, I would be appreciative of that. Because
I-
otherwise, it's going to be like a session of me just being quiet in the background.
Yeah, I'll need you to do all the
Oh.
rolls that you need to do, and let me know if I need to do any counter rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought but there might be some fun RP scenarios with just meeting people around the station
Yeah, I
and
mean,
interacting with
yeah.
stuff.
About the only fun
Well-
RP session there would be is your side mission.
There is kind of that, yeah. I know Ellie was going to try and do some
Oh, you mean
additional
the hyper?
modifications to stuff, but
Yeah, the
Wait,
hyperdrive.
this.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, when you say side mission, do you mean? I'm not sure what we're talking. Okay, I think we're just talking about the hyperdrive, but I mean the tracking those guys down is going to take a while.
No, that's kind of currently part of your main mission.
Okay.
Yeah, the stuff that I've got to do will only take a few days, like maybe a week or two.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit before you guys can even get anything off that disc and stuff. Or
Yeah, 'cause
well,
I
like the
So-
noticed
stuff she's
she
giving you.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so may I make a suggestion? For like the last half of this session, or at least the next hour, do we want a montage kind of like the next week's worth of activity? And Leo can be working on droids, Desric can get shopping done, and I don't know, I probably can't do anything with my side quest, but then Illy can like help with the researching the bad, like Desric and Illy can take turns researching the bad guys and then helping to work on the Skylark. Or I mean weapon mods, that's a thing, Illy, we need you to do. So like maybe
Yeah.
a week of gearing up. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. What do you guys, how do we want to handle that?
We could do that. My only question is, Rose said said that she wanted to do something. Is that
Oh yeah, I should probably
thing still
DM
on the table?
music about that. I do want to do a couple of things, but the majority of the time will probably be just trying to, see through the force, trying to get that foresight. And she's going to need a lot of time for that.
Yeah, I think most of our activities take time. I think the biggest thing to do, like it's going to take probably several days to comb through all this footage anyways. But I'm thinking there are some things we want to do kind of in the nearer term, like personal shopping for arms and armament, things for Illy to modify, any equipment we want to get for the ship so that it can be integrated now rather than later.
I would say prioritize the stuff that you're equipping the ship with. Like doing the attachments and stuff doesn't take very long at all, and if push comes to shove, you can do that in hyperspace.
Okay, so I think the first steps then are prepping the ship. So we probably need to go back and have a visit with um I'm trying to remember their names now. Gregor was the expensive racer part guy, and then who was the
Vark.
yes,
Yeah.
Avark. We should probably pay a visit to him. It sounds like at the very least we need some heavy duty shields. And did we find anything out about weapons, Illy? I remember you went to the weapons merchant.
I remember there were some options, but at the time they were well outside of our price range, and the suggestion was seek a deal through Borgil.
Okay, do we need to have a conversation with Borgil then about equipping the um the Skylark further?
Basically,
That
on that,
did.
Borgil says um, he'll fund the parts now. If you succeed, uh, then you don't owe anything. But if don't get done anything, they're still doing their thing. You get no information from them whatsoever. Then you're going to have to pay for it.
Okay, so it's how big of a tab do we want to rack up? All right, I think we try to not
You can also
rack up
do
an
jobs for the month as well. Make a little bit of extra coin.
That was the other thing I was going to ask about is there like little side jobs we can do to kind of garner some goodwill with the folks on the station to try and earn some of that trust to see if we can get some more volunteers.
And if you can come up with something, I don't mind side jobs. I'll just have you do roles and whatnot, and it'll determine how well you function in whatever you're trying to do.
Okay, and that's something we can probably work offline. I know we're we're talking about a short break over Christmas break for everybody, so that might be something we can discuss more offline. So I think for now, let's kind of montage this a little bit. Let's kind of do snippets of Desric and Illy. Maybe he'll do some shopping while Leo's working on droids. Rose is going to have some meditating stuff to do. So let's kind of take snippets of what we need to do for, like, I'm thinking the next week. Does that give everybody enough time?
I'm just checking.
Should do.
Need 22 days. 22 days. 22 hours for Sir to be finished. And then I need 3 days and 16 hours to finish the second project. And then I've got a third project. I'm not entirely sure how long that's going to take.
Don't forget, Jonas, the meat bags have to sleep.
Well, yes.
And he's got to recharge.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
Okay.
Tough, you still gonna DM me whatever you were gonna DM me?
Oh yeah, shit. Give me a sec.
Because I've also got something for you before. Well, pretty much once the meeting with Borgil and all that's done, it's pretty much gonna happen the same day. Then we can get into the whole montage thingy.
Ellie's basically gonna help out what she can, modifying weapons, doing repairs, all that kind of stuff. Mostly looking after.
You kind of cut out there, Lance. Looking after, I think you were going to say Sharon.
Yeah, looking after Sharon.
All right, just send it through.
Okay. I think we have a plan there. Was there anything else we wanted to talk to Borgil, Pith? Oh, Desric needs to pay Pith. So Desric will give Pith his cut, the 6K.
Okay.
Oh, one final thought. Oh no, never mind. We don't need to worry about breaking into the 5K because Borgil's going to cover all our expenses up front. It's if we don't complete this that we're going to get into trouble. Okay. So ship parts he's going to cover. Personal shopping we have to pay for out of our credits, and I've got a stack of credits to go buy stuff for myself and Leo. All right, I think I'm set. Lance, you all set?
Yeah, good to go.
Leo, Jonas, you all set?
Yes, more or less.
And Tough, it sounds like you're good to go.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, Zeke, so we'll turn this over to you in whichever order you want to handle the events you have.
Okay, so after the meeting, I'm assuming everyone goes back to their quarters. How is the quarters working? Like, who's with who, who's where?
Good question. I hadn't figured that out, but I was going to say that Desric is going shopping.
I assume, whilst Leo isn't a biological, I doubt.
There's a charging station in.
No, it's more.
Boys and girls?
Yeah, it's more. Is Rose going to be staying with Illy, which would leave the other apartment for Desric and Leo?
Well, there's also the question of how Sharon's going to feel about being around Rose, because as I understand, there's some friction there.
Also, wouldn't
She
Sharon
has
want her own
friction.
room? And remember, the apartment has separate rooms, so it's not like you're in one room, you're sharing it.
Oh, that's
Right.
true. We could actually do like Illy, Sharon, and Leo in one apartment because Leo doesn't really need his own room. And anywhere Leo's working on mechanical stuff, Illy might want to help. And then Desric and Rose have the other apartment, and they each have their own room in that apartment.
Yeah, that could work too.
Somebody make a decision, or the captain's going to delegate.
Illy and Leo.
Yeah.
That was basically
I
what I
mean,
was thinking.
Rose would prefer going with Illy, but should be happy either way.
Well, part of that's also going to depend on Sharon.
I know.
I have a solution. Let the
Well,
dice decide.
Let's
Not
see
to
what
say,
Sharon says.
Sharon would say she would
All
like
right.
her own room if possible.
Okay, then that works. Leo
Really?
can-
After like months of being in her own room separated from her mother, she's going to want her own room and be separated from her mother?
They're not separated.
I
They're in
mean,
the same apartment. She just has a bedroom, and her mother has a bedroom.
I'm just asking a psychology question.
I'm about to say, when they're not sleeping, they're together. They can be together all the time. I mean, they're going to sleep.
Ultimately, if she has a nightmare, Ellie's not far away. So
There you go.
Yeah, the bedrooms are side by
As
side.
soon as she steps outside the door, she's going to be seeing Leo in the shadows.
Yeah, because that's totally not creepy for an 8-year-old girl.
You
As
forget
long as he's not
they
doing the
did
creepy head
have
turn.
a droid that liked explosives, so she's probably used to that too.
Well, yeah, but
yeah,
if you haven't
yeah.
noticed before, Leo's face kind of looks like a skeleton.
And he has glowing red receptors, and his head spins around 360 degrees.
No, 200 degrees.
Okay, close enough.
Not quite.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
All right, moving on then. Living quarters situate, whatever. What was your question, Zeke?
Basically, it was who's going where.
Desric's hitting up the merchants.
Where's Rose?
Currently, if this is like the first day, then probably just
Pretty much you're
meditating, and
walking
every so
away
often.
from Borgil in the meeting you just had.
Yeah. Walking away, going to probably that hotel room or whatever, just for some peace.
Ellie was planning on guiding Rose to that effect.
Okay. Well, after Illy and Sharon leave, you start meditating and all that. You lose track of time quickly, but suddenly, it's almost like something taps you on the shoulder, but not physically. The sense is somewhat familiar.
Just gonna kind of just open up and look around, see what's up. See what's up. If there's no one there, then
Well, you
just gonna
can't.
shake her head. And
You
go back
you
to it.
can't see.
I know exactly. So you try and be like, "Oh yeah, shit," and then just yeah.
So basically, she just comes out of the meditation, kind of activates her sense, and looks around. Nothing's there. It's like fuck it.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Okay. You go back again. You feel the same sensation.
Yes.
I assumed you may wanted your payment. Sounds like it's coming over a long distance.
That would be appreciate it. Kind of left on not the best terms without my eyes, my sight.
I come to you or you come to me?
I'm staying at this station for another month or so. Might be best if you come to me.
Be there in 20.
I like those. I'm guessing you know where to find me then.
Not hard. You give off a pretty unique
You're welcome.
signal.
Cool, I'm just gonna wait then.
I'm assuming everyone's gone and Leo's probably on his side of his part of the complex, right? No, wait, you're in the
Yep.
same one with them, so you're in there as well.
I would
Wait,
be in.
no.
I would be in Illy's apartment.
Yeah,
Oh,
Des-
yeah. That's right. Never mind. You were going to Illy's. All right, so 20 minutes ish later, you hear the front door of the apartment open.
Evening, and I'm just gonna like stand up and try and make my way forward to him as best I can,
I assumed you were in your
using my
room.
senses. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he just entered the apartment. You're in your room, so you're heading towards the door. You can sense him. He's not hiding, but he's not showing off, I guess you could say. And you hear your
Typical.
door open, but he's not standing at the door yet. He's walking towards it.
Alright, I'm gonna like just slowly make my way towards him, trying to be. You can see Rose is trying to be independent and not dependent on others, so she's just gonna go to him and just wait there. And say, so you have it.
Yes, I do. But how are you
She kind of
managing at the moment?
puts out her hand.
I ask, how are you
Not.
managing at the moment?
Could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah, but now you see our plight, what we have to deal with. You feel a very smooth crystal land in your hand, but he's still holding it. And he's
Yeah,
basically
I had my hand out. Yeah.
he's setting it in your hand, not dropping it.
Kind of just hold on to it, take a nice firm grip on it.
So you're holding it, but you're not pulling it.
Yeah, I'm just holding it until he let goes.
You realize he hasn't let go and his grip is actually still firm.
Are you alright?
Yes. But I have
Uh,
some last words of advice. So you're already being chased by one of the Emperor's little pets. When you use your powers, you can be seen by our kind. But only our kind. That said, it's going to, well, if you ever get it working, it's going to light you up like a beacon to everyone, not just our kind. It's a lot of power. But be careful who you're around when you use it.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. But it'll be a while until it properly activates.
Good deal. And he lets go. Have you figured out if you're going to try using the Force for vision or get some cybernetics?
It's a work in progress. As much as we have the money for potentially new eyes for myself. That's not a. Apparently, it's not a priority as of current.
So your party has put you into the background.
A little bit of the back burner, but it gives me a bit of time to try and experiment with the Force a little bit.
Well, I wish you luck. Just remember, if they keep putting you to the back burner, no, I will. I never will. If you need me, just ask. Good day.
Much appreciated. Hop, Mrez,
Hmm.
the girl, Sharon, Illy's little one.
Yeah. What about her? Oh, you did pick her up. That's good.
Are you? Is it what I think she is?
What do you mean? I haven't seen her.
But you can feel her. Because I met her not too long ago, and there was something out of place, something I haven't experienced.
Hmm.
But it wasn't like Illy or Desric or the droid.
What do you suggest? I can take a look. Maybe figure it out for myself. And he goes quiet.
She might be one of us. He goes quiet. Rez?
Basically, he's trying to sense, but I'm doing rolls.
Ah, okay. Alright.
What's Sharon's discipline stat?
1 sec, look it up. One yellow, one green.
Well, found Illy. I see the girl. Huh. Looks a lot like her mother. At this point, wherever Ileana is at, Sharon immediately grabs you and is suddenly very close. You've seen her do this only once before. Now, back to Rose. I'm not sensing anything from either of them, but it's like suddenly really quiet. He turns and walks towards Rose. I've never sensed anything like that. I can't sense hardly anything there.
From her.
It's more like an area.
So, what are you suggesting exactly? Because I think she might be us, just differently talented.
I don't know, never run across it. I'll have to ask Vengeance about that one. That's new to me.
Let me know
Who knows? She could be part Ysalamare.
I highly doubt that.
He chuckles. That's about the only thing I've seen that has something very similar to that. Either way, I'll keep an eye out. Though I do suggest that if she is like us, you may want to keep your distance. And he begins to walk out.
I had other plans, and I'm just gonna let the door shut.
Okay. So where was Illy and Sharon at that point?
Uh, they're probably taking a walkabout at the shops. So yeah, as soon as Sharon kind of freezes up, um, Ellie's checking up on her. What is it? What's wrong?
She's pretty much silent and staring ahead. She's not stopping you. If anything, she's trying to keep moving.
Question: Are they with Desric, or are they going to the shop separately from Desric?
We didn't specify, so you could certainly be nearby.
For the sake of not splitting the party up unnecessarily, I'll be nearby. But I won't notice unless there's reason for me to notice.
She doesn't. It's basically to the outsider. It looks like she's not comfortable, like being in a crowd. She's just being close to her mother.
Yeah, Ellie's gonna do her best to kind of comfort her and just. It's all right. Do you want to go back to the room?
She shakes her head no.
Okay. What can you tell me? What do you feel?
It's basically not long after that she kind of starts pulling away. Someone was looking.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. It wasn't like that. That girl Rose. It was stronger.
All right. Have they stopped?
Yes.
Sweetheart, is there anything I can do to help you with this?
No.
Yeah, she does not look happy to hear that. It's kind of an inevitable thing, but yeah, no one likes hearing.
Especially not the parent.
Yeah.
Uh, anything else, or we're gonna jump again?
Just one other thing. Sharon, if you get any feelings about who, any kind of, I don't know, whatever it is that you feel, let me know, all right?
She nods.
Okay. We'd best catch up to Desmond.
That's going to be really confusing for poor Sharon when she actually figures out the ship's not called the Raven. Desmond isn't Desmond. He's Desric.
Well, all you gotta do is say you were hiding, and I'm pretty sure she would understand that.
Ah, that's
Pretty
fair enough.
much, yeah. I mean, Doge didn't know we were hiding, and he dropped the Skylark's real name, so.
Oh
Anyways.
crap!
Anyways. About an hour after that, where is Desric and Illy?
We've been making our way around the merchants. I don't know. We want to hit up Avok first. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure. We can
Gregor
start there.
has nice stuff, but it's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go middle of the road, and then
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were
definitely
going to
the
shop
weapons.
together.
but- Well, the notion was just we're kind of wandering the various shops.
Yeah,
So,
but
looking for the stuff that's on Desert shopping list, that sort of thing.
yeah, I was going to do like rolls for that instead of actually going through the whole RP bit. Find what you're looking
Oh
for.
no,
and
we can do rolls.
But what
That's
I'm
good.
trying to figure out is, are the two of you sticking together or are y'all splitting up at all?
Well, as Overkill was saying, and the effort to not split up the party any more than already done, I think we're probably going to stick together.
And for RP's sake, it's probably good for Desert to get socialized and used to have Sharon around, since he's probably not very used to interacting with children.
This is also very true.
You're making it harder for me, bastards.
What?
Is it possible that 17 episodes into the third season that we're learning not to separate ourselves and make ourselves easy targets for the GM?
That can't be it. That's just crazy talk.
Oh, I can figure something out.
Quick, another impromptu assassination attempt on Desric in front of mother and small child.
Now that would be overkill.
Just had to go there, Lance, didn't you?
You're the one who said it.
Hey, to this point, there has been no killing. I have survived all the assassin attempts. Thank you very much. Well, okay, there may be some killing on the parts of me killing the assassins, but no, wait. We let the dancers survive,
It was
and the
every,
blue screen Twi'lek wasn't actually trying to kill me. He was just trying to send a message.
No.
And
Doge
the
killed
other
someone. Illy stunned someone.
Yeah, the other would-be assassins.
Oh, that's
were
right. We
shipped
did
off
kill
with
one of the
Wookiees.
assassins.
More like Doge killed one assassin.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Doge killed one, and we shipped the other ones off with the Wookiees. Excuse me. After having tortured a little. It wasn't that bad. Maybe. Can we move on now?
Either way, you're walking through, doing your usual shopping. And at certain points, Desric, something draws attention at the corner of your eye, and you look over. You see a very familiar blue man with red eyes, just kind of propped up against the wall, just not looking at you, but you know he knows you're there, and she's trying to get your attention.
Mirez. Frack. Illy.
Yes?
It seems our blue-skinned friend is here and wants to meet with me in private.
All right.
Does Illy take a look around?
Yeah, she's looking around.
You don't see him.
Did he come you or something?
No, but he's been tailing us for the past at least 15 minutes that I've seen.
Actually, do you look back to where he was?
Sure. Do I need to roll a perception?
Nope, he's not there.
But you said he was like motioning for me to.
No,
go
he
talk to
wasn't
him.
motioning, but it was more like he was standing there, back to the wall. You knew he, just for the fact that he was doing that, and you looked, he had to be, knowing that you would have looked that way, almost like he's getting your
Okay.
attention.
So he's trying to subtly get my attention. So no, but he's been tailing us, and he's good enough to know not to step out where I can see him. It's like he wants me to see him.
All right.
Just
You want us to
keep
wait
your
here then?
yeah. Given yeah, that's an introduction we may not want to make just yet. Let me meet with him in private. Just keep your comms on. I promise not to go gallivanting off on any adventures without calling first.
All right. We'll be here.
And before Desert goes, he's going to check his blaster. Not that it would do him any good against Miras, but force of habit.
It's where you left it and on the settings you left it.
Right. Going into a dark alley to meet a powerful force user. What could possibly go wrong, Desert? Desert kind of mutters this under his breath to himself. And goes down the dark, creepy alley wherever he last saw Miras.
Uh,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how stupid is this?
Oh, no, this
definitely
is an 11.
Definitely 11.
well, you get down. It's not so much as an alleyway, just a not very used path to get around. In there, it starts kind of breaking up, and as you get to this intersection, you look to your right, and you see Mrez sitting on a box with a Bazak deck in front of him, and he's, just basically playing solitaire.
Is that my Pazak deck?
No,
Like, can I do a perception check? Okay, so it's all right.
it's different colored, so.
Ah, good. Okay. I didn't realize we'd taken up gambling, Miraz. This is an odd place for a game.
Well, it's not so much gambling, just something to entertain me. So, let's see, you got Eliana's daughter. And he looks up at you. That's good. I told you I would hold off until you did your business.
Ah, yes. Well, our business with the exchange is done. If you're intent on going after him, have at it. Oh, have you seen Rose yet?
Yes, I just came from paying her.
Ah, did she say anything to you about the artifact?
No, why would she? She probably knows we're going to be
Just
having it in our
curious.
possession soon. Either way, about Rose's payment. It wasn't money. It was one of the items we were going for. I'll leave it to her whether she decides to tell you, but don't press her. I wouldn't suggest it. That said, it's a good thing. Because once she figures it out, and maybe get some cybernetics to help her see, she's going to be a lot more powerful, which is good for you.
But will she be well? Mentally, physically? That kind of damage has a way of messing with your head.
Maybe, but he stands up. But our kind is cut from a much stronger cloth.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh, I don't mean any offense. It's just that we have to be in order to control our abilities. Either way, I just came here to let you know. I paid her. Congratulate you on a job well done, getting Ileana's daughter back. Please give her my regards.
Of course.
Also, a last bit of information for you. So, I know your ship is pretty banged up. I rode in it. I was curious if you're in the market for an upgrade.
I don't think I've got the amount of credits for an upgrade.
Well, you'd have to go to Nar Shaddaa, anyways. But I hear they have quite a nicely modified YT-2400 there on sale. Pre-used, of course, but
2400.
mm-hmm.
As in. Crap, what did I name his ship? Shit. This is bad. Crap, I gotta remember the name of the ship. But it's Desric's uncle's ship. Warwick's 2400.
Could be. The Hut did say he got it from, a smuggler who didn't do his job.
Oh, I am so in deep shit. Oh,
The interesting part about it, though, is that there was a piece of cargo in there. Once they found it in one of the smuggling canisters, it had the rebel symbol on it. It might be going to the Empire pretty soon. I mean, after all, it's on sale, but for all the money people have thrown at it, he has not sold it.
Desric is saying nothing. But inside, the voices are screaming.
I really think the rebellion would like to hear this news. The canister part, that I had to search for. The YT-2400, not so much.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I'll be sure to take a look.
Enough beating around the bush, I guess. I'd suggest before you go gallivanting off to Nar Shaddaa, you go find your rebel friends. Maybe it's a double cross. Maybe it's a payment. An intentional one. After all, how do you slip past an Imperial blockade when the Empire is looking for you?
Well, I can't get to the core. Nar Shaddad's not under a blockade. Which blockade is he referencing?
He's referencing Coruscant.
My family's not on Coruscant.
Not
They're
Coruscant,
on
Corellia, the
Corellia.
other sea one. No,
Yeah,
but whose ship was up there, and whose ship is supposedly about to be taken to the Empire?
yeah. Oh crap.
Basically, what he's suggesting is the Hutt double-crossing Warwick, or did Warwick pay him to do this? It would be a good idea to go to the rebellion to ask.
Okay. Yeah.
He gathers up his cards, puts it back in his pocket, pats you on the shoulder. Cheer up, Desric. I'm sure it's nothing too bad. If I remember right, the dossier says he's quite the capable man.
Yeah, it's less him I'm worried about, and the consequences for my parents. Well, my uncle may be capable. Let's say the same doesn't extend to my father.
And then believe in your uncle. Either way, just remember, if you need assistance, I'm more than willing to help. Call it atonement. I've done some pretty bad stuff, and I'm trying to turn around. Whole new leaf. It's not going well, but it's a start.
I'll keep that in mind. Since you're here, though, I don't suppose you know anything about these Mandalorian mercs that are making everyone's life miserable?
He kind of laughs. Yeah, you mean the ones purchased by Jabba the Hutt?
They work for Jabba.
They work for the Hutt Council by extension, considering he paid for it and he's part of the council. Yes. Apparently, it's mostly Jabba that's been torturing poor Borgil here. Finds it entertaining.
Ah, great. So we're not just stuck in the middle of some bad business. This is some twisted Hut version of entertainment.
Yep.
Great. That could complicate things. Well,
Well, at least you
maybe
know
we
now.
just had. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I wish I could be of help right now, but I do have to leave. I've got a mission of my own to take care of. And no, not businessman.
Then I don't need to know. Just do me a favor if you do run into the businessman or his boss. Keep your lips sealed about our relationship.
Fully
The
intended.
last thing we need is any blowback.
Don't worry. You can count on my confidentiality. I don't betray like he did. And he begins to walk off in the direction that you found him in. Not back to where you came from. But he turns around. Oh, Desert. I almost forgot. And Desert, I'm gonna...
Desric will kind of. Okay, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna kind of give him. Desric had half turned, but was gonna kind of turn around and give him a raised eyebrow.
Alright, and I'm gonna need you to make a discipline save.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta check my.
Wow, look at all that destiny.
You
I
mean the
might
one
need
I
to
just
spend-
flipped over for this roll?
Ah, never mind then.
Wait. Can I flip one? Or since he's already used one?
Nope.
He already used
Frack.
one.
Oh, this is bad.
Somehow that GIF applies.
All right, hold on. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I've got nothing for dis.
Shall he use the cursed tower?
Nope, not touching that tower.
There we go. Take a look at it again.
Oh, I
I'm
love it.
confused. What?
Hover over the
The
tower.
That thing needs to be deleted. It is evil.
No, it's staying
I
there
did.
permanently.
I replaced it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's much better than I thought. Um, 4-2, 4 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. Perfect counter. Can't complete. No, he has one success over, but the advantage was a counter. Sorry.
Okay, so just one success,
He has one success.
no advantage.
It was a
I have
competitive
one
roll.
success.
No. Mrez has one success.
Oh, so I win?
No, he beat
He
you.
You
won.
failed the roll.
You failed. He won.
I'm confused. If he only has one
no,
success and I have four
One
success.
success left over.
Yeah,
He's
it
saying that
was-
he beat you by one.
Oh, so he rolled 5 something.
Yep.
Well, shit.
But no advantage or disadvantage for any other of you. So he kind of does a half turn. You really should come see my boss sometime soon. Does Desric mimic? Or does he just stand there flaccid?
I'm confused. What did I fail?
Oh,
Mind
Jedi
trick.
mind trick.
he's manipulating you.
Well, if I failed, I don't get a choice in the matter, do I?
Nope.
Crap. So I guess Desric is gonna, in a somewhat dazed stupor, go, I should really meet your boss sometime soon.
There's information that he has that you could all use and then figure out for yourself whether it's truth or not.
Was that last part also forced
Oh
influence?
yeah, I'll tell you when it's off.
Okay, I guess Desric is mindlessly repeating whatever's being told to him.
Oh, I love this.
I hate you so much.
When your characters don't do what you ask, bring in a Jedi.
Do I get to make a second check?
No, why would you?
Well, for each time he tries to influence me.
No, it's the same influence. It's just he's just talking. Basically, if he cut it off and then tried to do it again, then it would be another roll. In other words, he has a constant connection until he ends it, and that's when you snap out of it. See what I'm saying?
Still hate you.
It would be a good idea if the whole party comes, especially Rose, as it could perhaps help her become further and further away from her darker instincts. Though, you should definitely save your parents first. And at that point, he snaps out of it. Alright, Desric. I guess I'll see you later.
Desric will look a little stunned. Muttering after he leaves, Desric kind of shakes his head and got this strange feeling I really should have shot him.
Alright. And that's pretty much all I had to do.
Nicely done, by the way.
Yeah, I had that plan for a good few weeks, maybe over a month.
Ah, and there was no one there to assist me. That was
Or witness it. So, yeah, that's going to be fun when
He's
you try
only
to
ever
broach that
used
topic
it
to the party.
twice, Tough.
He's
No,
not talking
he's
about
used
you.
it so many times, and it's annoying.
No, he's only used it twice. Once
I
on the
think he
Oh,
might
part.
be
sorry, no,
talking
different
about
game.
somebody in his
Different
other
game.
campaign.
Oh. Yeah, that's a very powerful
Yeah.
ability.
Eh,
That's why I never took it. That's why I'm never going to take it as a Force user. I'm never going to take it.
And now Desric, I guess, has a burning desire to go.
I wouldn't
meet
say a
Vengeance.
burning desire. He didn't pop it into your mind that you have to go, but it's more
You
like
feel pretty compelled to go.
you feel compelled. Like, you know, he's helped. This guy's helped us. Maybe it's a good idea to go see him. Plus, information. We could definitely use that. But again,
That's true.
he
We've
did.
been behind the curve on information the whole way along.
That and he did state that you should save your parents first, so that pops in. He's like, yeah, after I get out of this mess, it'd be a good idea to go. I think we should go, kind of deal.
Great.
Good luck proposing that.
Well, Ilya was already wanting to.
Yeah, maybe.
Either way. So what did you guys have in mind for the whole month? Just like buying the parts you need or getting it set up? Because technically, Borgil said he would put the money down, and whether you pay it off or not, it depends on the success of your mission.
At this point, under those conditions, it's probably more just finding the parts and setting them up.
Pretty much. So Desert's the only one with the real shopping list.
Yes.
So yeah, Ellie will contribute the bits and pieces that she figures would be good upgrades for the ship, not realizing that he's thinking about trading up. And
Oh, that's not actually trading up. That was more dropping hints that. Oh, the weird. Yeah.
well,
I
that's
love
backstory
Res.
stuff.
Yeah, we can probably cover that. There we go.
Okay. So I guess Desric will make his way back. What? Hold on. I guess we're not RPing this anymore.
Unless
So
you got something
yeah, I can.
specifically to state to Illy after that.
No, I think that conversation will wait till when Sharon's not around. I don't think we need to scare her with the blue-skinned, red-eyed monster.
Well, she would certainly be wondering when you came back, and you did mention the first part around her, so.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, you know what? There is something I need to do. So Desert needs to calm Leo like ASAP.
Leo, you come, Leo, and you probably get a string of numbers that seem really, really random to you in like a long stream, like probably 30 to 40 different numbers. And then
Are they all ones and zeros?
they are not all ones and zeros.
Oh.
And
Leo?
after like a moment or so, there's like a buzz, and then you hear binary, and then Leo's voice comes over the comm.
Did you just speak to me in droid?
That was not me.
Okay.
I'm currently wired up to Sir and programming his personality.
Oh. Make sure he likes me.
He seemingly will. He seems well mannered so far.
Good, good. I have a problem that needs your particular skill set. I need you to get in touch with the rebellion as soon as you can.
I will have to contact Borgil, because if we need to contact the rebellion, I will have to use the station's holonet, and you don't really want to do that unless you want to maybe call the Empire here.
You don't have an encrypted way to communicate with them?
Not over such distances, especially with the Raven. I suppose I
Crap.
could ask Doge to take me out on a trip to a nearby system.
Mirez just stopped by. He claims one of the huts has my uncle's ship. I don't know if he's been captured or if this is some ploy to fool the Empire into buying my uncle's ship and taking it back to the core. But that ship has rebellion intelligence on it. There's a canister on there with the rebellion's logo on it. If it's not a ploy by my uncle, their technology or communications could fall into the Empire's hands.
Where is this ship located?
Nar Shaddaa.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's why I called.
I will get right on it.
I'll PM you the ship's name as soon as I find it. It's in a Word doc somewhere.
Okay.
And Leo, if you can, find out if he's okay.
Will do.
Thanks. And Desert clicks off the comm. This is another fine mess, Desert. And he'll walk back to Illy and Sharon.
Is everything okay?
I don't know. It seems my uncle's ship is in the hands of a hut who is selling it to the highest bidder.
So, the answer to that is no, things are not okay.
Well, you know, my uncle is slick and is known to practice espionage. It's possible this is a ploy of his, but according to Mirez, there's rebel tech aboard that ship. And it's likely that the Empire will try and buy it. You know what that means for me.
I do.
I got in contact with Leo and asked him to reach out to his friends. Outside of that, I don't know what we can do right now. But as soon as we can get off world and these pirates are dealt with, we may need to take a trip to Nar Shaddaa.
All right. I'm just going to make a quick call. I don't know what this is going to do to the price tag, but it's a call worth making at the very least. Pardon me a moment.
Wait, who are you calling?
I'm calling Mr. Doge. If we're going to be going anywhere near that space, honestly, we need more than one ship.
You thinking of hiring him?
Not exactly. He has a family ship in the yard. I don't exactly know the condition, but she's certainly not space-worthy. I need to find out if it's a matter of parts or a matter of time. If it's a matter of parts, there's solutions nearby. But I need to get some answers from him first.
So you're thinking the Mercy could be repaired before the Raven?
Probably more along the lines of around the same time, maybe. There are a couple of other ships for sale at one of the merchants here. They're the same class, not the same ship, in various stages of repair. If it's parts that are missing, we could possibly cannibalize one to fix the other.
So you're thinking show up in 2 ships in Nar Shaddaa? I'm still not sure how this helps us.
If something happens to one, we've still got the other. That's how that helps us.
Ah, so don't take both, but have a backup stored somewhere safe.
Or at the very least, ready to come out of hyperspace.
Ah, let's call that a long-term goal. For now, pirates, and then to Nar Shaddaa.
Agreed. But I do need to find out what situation we're looking at as far as the Mercy. Like I said, parts or time. And right now, Doge has the answer to that.
Make your call. I'll be waiting at Avox. Or Avex, however we say it.
All right. We won't be far behind. And yeah, she'll take out her comm unit and try to call.
Doge answers. Hello.
Mr. Doge, it's Ileana.
I know. I figured you're interested in probably the state of your ship.
Very much so. Did you say that she's pretty beat up still?
Yeah, they've got a lot of the electronics and all that stuff working, but mostly it's hull missing in the parts that we need to stick there, electronic wise.
There is a ship dealer here who has a couple of ships of the same class available for sale in various states of function. I believe one of them is not space-worthy, but perhaps could be a place to look for those parts. I still have no idea how we're going to cover this price-wise.
I'll talk about
I've been meaning
price
to ask you
later,
about
but
that.
as for parts, he's got everything he needs. He just needs some time. He's low on manpower.
Does he have any idea how much time?
1 to 2 months, maybe? And that's to get some of the big stuff out. She'll be flight worthy at that time, but I probably would wait a little longer, maybe the full 2 months, and she'll be good.
Where exactly is she?
Well, I had to haul it back to an old friend. He is, currently situated at Kato Nemoidia.
All right.
Wait, that deep in the colonies?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she get attacked way out in
Yeah, she got attacked,
Yeah.
where was it over here? Corson.
Yeah. So basically, it had to get hauled somewhere. So they basically towed it.
And he towed it to a friend's using the hyperspace lane.
Wait, where's Corson?
Right over here.
Wow, that's past so many ports.
Yeah, but it's still along a main hyperspace lane.
Yeah, and if you want your buddy to look at it, then that's the port you're going.
Oh, okay. As a point of interest, Zeke, passing through the core is extremely difficult. Like, it requires hordes of legal documentation.
He
And that
works
route
for
would
the
take him through the core.
Empire from time to time. He's got that.
And
Okay.
besides that, it's basically salvage at that point.
Trust the GM. Trust the GM.
Yep.
Well, to say,
Okay.
he has stated he's worked for the Empire, so he's got all kinds of passports for that, for getting through it, and all he's doing is taking salvage. It's pretty much a, oh, hey, pass on through.
It just makes things hell for us.
How so?
Because we can't get anywhere near that.
No, but once it's done, he can bring it to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Trust the GM.
Until the GM just fucks you over.
There's
Well,
that.
yeah.
Oh, like with mind control abilities.
You know, there
Well-
might have been some recent traumatic experiences with GM fuckery.
Well, if you would have made it look like you were gonna go to his place, I wouldn't have had to do that.
Maybe.
Either way, character-wise, y'all don't know a damn thing about that, so ha ha ha.
This is true. All right. Well, yeah. So, okay.
So basically, that's pretty much it. Talk price later. And for the whole time, you guys are pretty much doing everything you need. Desric, your parts we're gonna do yours based on roll after the stream. And how much you pay for whatnot.
I have skills. I can use them.
That's why we
Yay.
said we're gonna roll. I also gonna need Leo to hand me about an estimate for their, at cost price.
I linked you a thing a while back with the detail.
Ah, crap! I gotta go taking. Okay. Beyond that, I don't think there's really too much more to say for the whole month.
Mods to attachments. We're not doing any of that.
Desric probably will, depending on the outcome of the shopping trip. He'll have stuff for Illy to do.
Okay. Well, I'm just in terms
Leo
of the.
also has.
Well, you find everything. It just takes you a long time to find some of the other parts. You have to really do some deals.
Yeah. Just if we're factoring in.
I have skills for finding things too.
So if we're factoring in a monetary cost to it, Illy does have Gearhead, which reduces the cost for adding mods to attachments by 50%.
See, Lance, this is why our characters go shopping together.
So Leo is going to need Lily's help on a project.
Just say the word.
By the way, the
Um,
chances for you to get all those projects done, particularly the very last one, I think that's going to take a little bit more than a month.
Well, I have specific time for the second project. The third project I'm not sure about because it's a case of doing something that I don't have a rule for, but I definitely have the rules for the other thing.
Yeah, the other two will be just fine. We'll probably hit those at the beginning of the next stream on the results and what happened, primarily because it is 9 o'clock past. I kind of want to get this part wrapped up. So basically, Skylark is finished. She's got her upgrades. I will need from Desric what all has been done to the ship via parts upgrades. Take note of the hard points and whatnot. And so get with me about
Yeah,
that.
so we'll want to have picked out. I think at the very least we're going to add new weapons and shields, since they're going to go on Borgil's tab, and what we can discuss offline. Any additional upgrades?
All right, I just need you to also choose what type of weapons, and I'm pretty sure there's different levels of shields, but we'll get in that later. But pretty much, oh, I forgot. Leo, you do try to get in touch with Doge about getting out to make a call to the rebellion.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well, at the time you're talking to him, he's actually his ship is in dock doing full maintenance, check over and whatnot, so it's temporarily down. He says if you don't mind waiting about a day, he can take you, or you can try Dark Star.
Instead, no, I don't know. I don't know Darkstar. I don't trust him, not entirely. So instead, I'm going to look for a rental.
Okay. We'll actually get with that again. Beginning of next episode, I just kind of wanted to have that stated so we can get to it right then and there. But yeah, after that's all taken care of, you're pretty much all situated at the Skylark. It's still in the emergency bay. It just got fixed, and at this point, you're boarding it, and that's where we're going to end it. So a little bit of homework for everyone. Some of you I'm actually going to assign even more because I'm going to need it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. So thanks everyone so much for watching. If you're still watching it from the beginning to now, thank you so much. It's been a long time, almost been a full year. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm definitely learning a lot. I'm definitely going to learn a lot more. If you would, YouTube or Twitch, I'll have to figure Twitch out, but leave some comments down below in the videos. Let me know what how you thinking. Is it going good? Could it be better? Where I need to work out? I still need to learn DMing. That said, we are not going to be here next Wednesday, which is the Christmas Wednesday, or Christmas week. So happy holidays to everyone. That said, I'm hopefully going to get my Christmas special set up, though. From the sounds of it, we're going to be using Roll20, and it's only going to be 3 players unless I can get one more. But hopefully we get something done. So until then, I will see everyone later. Thank you so much for watching.